What if everything you thought you knew about your brain was wrong? For decades, a tantalizing whisper has persisted, the idea that we only use a mere 10% of our brains. Imagine the untapped power, the dormant genius. But what if that whisper, while captivating, was a complete myth? And what if the real potential of your brain, if truly unleashed, was far more mind-blowing and perhaps even terrifying than any Hollywood fantasy? Get ready to challenge everything you believe about intelligence, because today we're asking, what if our brains used 100% optimized capacity? Every part of your brain has a known function, and damage to even a small area can have profound consequences. So if the 10% myth is debunked, what then? What if we reframe the question? What if it wasn't about using 100% of our brain, but about our brains operating at 100% optimized capacity? What if every neural pathway, every synapse, every cognitive function was honed to its absolute peak, working in perfect harmony, simultaneously and flawlessly? What would a truly superhuman mind look like? And what would be the implications for humanity? Prepare to have your mind expanded and perhaps a little unsettled, because the reality of a 100% optimized brain is far more extraordinary and far more complex than any Hollywood fantasy. Let's dive into the true potential of the human mind unleashed. If our brains operated at 100% optimized capacity, the first and most immediate changes would be in our core cognitive functions. Imagine a mind where limitations are merely suggestions and potential is boundless. Forget photographic memory, this is total recall. Every single piece of information you've ever encountered, every word read, every conversation heard, every face seen, every scent smelled, would be perfectly archived and instantly accessible. No more struggling for a name, a date, or a forgotten fact. Learning would become an act of pure absorption. You could master any subject in minutes, internalize entire encyclopedias in hours, and never forget a single detail of your life. This isn't just about remembering, it's about instantaneous access to a personal, perfect database of all knowledge and experience. The concept of learning would be revolutionized. Complex information, once requiring years of dedicated study, would be absorbed in minutes. Mastering a new language, hours, a musical instrument, days. The brain would instantly recognize patterns, connections, and underlying principles that are invisible to the average mind. This accelerated learning would lead to unprecedented advancements. Imagine scientists instantly synthesizing vast amounts of research to cure diseases, engineers designing revolutionary technologies in a flash, or artists creating masterpieces with effortless precision. The world would be filled with polymaths, effortlessly shifting between disciplines, each a genius in their own right. With perfect memory and accelerated learning comes unparalleled problem-solving and creativity. The 100% optimized brain would process vast amounts of data with hyper-analytical precision, identifying optimal solutions with breathtaking speed and accuracy. No more trial and error, no more dead ends. Every challenge would be met with an immediate, elegant solution. Creativity would flow unbound, leading to novel ideas, artistic masterpieces, and scientific breakthroughs at an unimaginable pace. New art forms would emerge, new philosophies would be conceived, and the very boundaries of human ingenuity would be shattered. Our perception of the world would also be profoundly transformed. Senses would be heightened to an extraordinary degree. We might see in more detail, discerning subtle variations in color and texture, or perceive light beyond the visible spectrum. Sounds would reveal intricate layers of frequency and resonance previously unheard. The brain would process sensory input with extreme clarity, perhaps even leading to a form of natural synesthesia, where numbers evoke colors or sounds create textures. Due to the optimized cross-modal processing, the world, once familiar, would be reimagined, revealing a richness and complexity we could never have conceived. Such a radical transformation of the human mind would inevitably ripple through every aspect of society, reshaping our institutions, our economies, and our very way of life. Education as we know it would become largely obsolete. Traditional schooling, with its emphasis on rote memorization and standardized curricula, would be replaced by self-directed, instantaneous learning. The focus would shift from acquiring knowledge to applying it, to creating, and to innovating. The concept of a workforce would be fundamentally altered. With hyper-intelligent individuals capable of mastering any skill in moments, automation would accelerate beyond anything we can currently imagine. Complex tasks, once requiring years of specialized training, would be handled by individuals or the advanced AI they create with effortless precision. New industries would emerge at an astonishing rate, while old ones would vanish overnight. The very concept of work might shift from labor to creation, from routine to innovation, from necessity to passion. But what happens to those who cannot keep up, or those whose skills become instantly redundant? This leads to profound questions about purpose, value, and the distribution of resources in a world where human intellectual capacity is no longer a limiting factor. Global challenges like climate change, poverty, and disease, which currently seem insurmountable, could be solved with unprecedented speed and efficiency. A 100% optimized brain would see the intricate web of cause and effect, identify optimal solutions, and implement them with a clarity and foresight we can only dream of. Governance might become hyper-rational, driven by data and logic, leading to a truly utopian society where waste, inefficiency, and conflict are minimized. However, such immense power also carries immense risks. Who controls this optimized intelligence? What if divergent optimized minds lead to new forms of conflict? The potential for a benevolent dictatorship, or a hyper-efficient but dehumanizing society, would be very real. The very definition of humanity would be stretched to its limits. While the idea of a 100% optimized brain sounds like pure utopia, it comes with its own set of profound challenges and paradoxes. The human mind, in its current form, thrives on challenge, on the struggle to learn, to grow, to overcome. What happens when every problem has an immediate solution? Would the joy of discovery, the satisfaction of effort, and the beauty of the learning process itself be lost? Would life become a monotonous existence without obstacles to conquer? Imagine the sheer volume of information, every detail, every nuance, every potential outcome of every decision, instantly accessible. This could lead to an overwhelming cognitive load, a constant deluge of data that makes simple existence a struggle. Would empathy diminish if one could perfectly predict every outcome, every emotion, every flaw in another? Would the rich tapestry of human imperfection with its irrationalities and emotional complexities become a source of frustration rather than connection? If only a select few achieved this optimized state, or if the gap between optimized and unoptimized minds became too vast, it could lead to profound social disconnect. How would a mind that processes information at light speed relate to one that operates at a normal pace? Communication, understanding, and shared experience could become impossible, leading to isolation and a new form of social hierarchy based on cognitive ability. The very concept of normal would be redefined, potentially marginalizing the vast majority of humanity. Furthermore, would this relentless pursuit of optimization strip away what makes us uniquely human? Our flaws, our struggles, our emotional complexities, our capacity for irrational love or spontaneous joy. These are often seen as integral to the human experience. If every decision is perfectly logical, every emotion perfectly understood and controlled, would we lose our capacity for genuine surprise, for true passion, for the beautiful messiness of being human? Would we become hyper-efficient but ultimately less human? So what if our brains truly operated at 100% optimized capacity? It's a concept that forces us to confront not just the incredible potential of the human mind, but also the profound ethical, social, and philosophical questions that arise when we push the boundaries of our own evolution. It debunks the simple myth of the 10% brain and replaces it with a far more intricate and awe-inspiring reality. Perhaps the true potential of the human mind isn't about reaching some mythical 100% capacity, but about continuously striving for growth, for understanding, and for connection, embracing both our incredible intellect and our beautiful imperfections. What are your thoughts on a world where every mind is a superhuman mind? Share your insights in the comments below. If this exploration into the superhuman mind sparked your curiosity, hit that like button, subscribe to What If, the Uncharted for more mind-bending hypotheticals, and join our community as we continue to unravel the mysteries of possibility. Until next time, keep asking, what if?